Hello and welcome to another episode of Alan Writes. I'm working on Lucky Gold, and we're somewhere in the fourth chapter. I don't know. The chapters are kind of loose right now. I'm just using them as demarcations. I may be able to get away with putting them into simply scene breaks, like I'm doing about now. We were with Daniel when he met Gus. Gus really isn't his name, but he's the fiction that the Hedge Wizard has suggested into Daniel's mind to get him to so that Daniel will get closer to Heather, and therefore Gus will get closer to Heather and Heather's artifact specifically. All right. So there's been a small car accident, and the police are on scene doing what they do best, which is help people who, well, they're not fully capable. It's the way I prefer to see police officers. When that's, to be honest, what police officers would prefer to do. They'd prefer not to have to arrest people, but they get that share of things. All right. So anyway, 12 hours later, Daniel was past done with the day. The hospital said there wasn't any significant lung trauma. Apparently, he'd done well on something called the Glasgow scale, which was good. The last thing he needed was to have to spring for and wait for an MRI or a CT scan. All he needed was some over-the-counter meds, pain relief. He gulped down 2 big white pills for that and staggered. With past tense that he gulped and staggered over to the police station where he'd done the paperwork on the rental car. Fortunately, he'd taken out full insurance on the beast. Always the best way to deal with things. And didn't have to worry about paying $20,000 out of pocket. Funny what a difference $100 could make. The paperwork on the accident and the rental car. Not much to say. He'd come to a halt, and then the car had hit him from behind. There was video, no doubt. And so that didn't worry him either. Lastly came the rental car. More paperwork. And a bigger headache. Funny one. And I know that for personal experience. I've had one bad accident in a rental car. And fortunately, I had insurance. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have the free time to make these videos. All right. Afterward, the called for a cab and considered where to go. Sleep sounded good, but he vaguely recalled something about not sleeping after a head injury. Also, the doctors had forbade him from working for a few days. So going back to the hotel room didn't make sense either. To file the paper. Instead, he headed back to the, I need to name the casino. I need to name the casino. Casino name. Let's see, in Vegas they've got the Bellagio, which is a classic Roman thing. Greek. I want something vaguely in keeping with the theme of the Mesoamerican civilization. The Columbia? Nah, it's a little too tame. The Columbia Triumphant. The Triumphant. Instead, he asked the driver to take him back. Driver to take him back to the trunk. There he could catch a bite to eat. And maybe tell Miss Flowers about the delay in the filing. If he could find her. He could find her. He could find her. There, at the center of things, of the poker arena, under the house lamps, and seated behind a wall of chips. There she was at the center. She didn't look happy, though. She didn't look happy, though. Focused was a better word for that. And she didn't have a great verging upward. Focus was a better word for it. Verging unworried. Not a good face at all. She threw in the hand and leaned back. and letting one of the other two players letting a rake in the pot. She was playing against hardened card sharks. Yeah. Sunglasses, beard stubble for one, and not a hint of makeup on the other. And a layer of makeup on the other. Glasses and beard stubble for one, whose teeth were capped gold. On the other, makeup and ample cleavage on the other. Capped gold layer make it lean back to stretch and saw down. How exactly? You didn't know. The crowd didn't know. But she paused. That crucial moment of identification, then smiled. Daniel, she called over and waved. Get over here. She called to him. Get over here. I'm losing. And he asked and found plenty of eyes turning toward him. I'm not your lucky charm. I'm not your lucky charm. At least, I don't think so. She laughed at that. Look to the pit boss. I looked to the pit boss. Let him in. Only players allowed at the table. Though if he's a player, Heather replied. Stack of chips to splash in nearby in the space beside her. Table space. Splash across the table space. Is that enough? I need to capitalize that. That's a title. It's his proper name. We're not going to learn his name. He's just a pit boss in Las Vegas. The pit boss chuckled and waved Daniel over. When he didn't move, the casino employee lightly touched his elbow. This way, sir. Well, apparently he knew what he was doing now. Well, apparently he knew what he was doing tonight. Well, apparently Daniel let himself be led down into the pit where the table lay. The air conditioning there was on here, but better to counter the lights. Everyone had some sort of drink available, and given how the sweat whisked away from his skin, he knew why. All right. So that's the setup. And if you've noticed, Daniel has a different skill set and notices different things than Heather does. Heather tends to be a scientist. She tends to analyze things in a very logical manner, a top-down manner. Daniel takes the view of things, takes it all in. It's the difference between judging and perceiving. He's trying to form a basis of thought for everything he's stepping into right now, rather than merely laying back and perceiving it. He's got to judge it, and he's got to judge it quick because he's got to make decisions, and this will serve him pretty well in this part of things. All right. I didn't really come to play. Told her. I was just in an accident. Oh, she said, finally noticing the little band-aid on his forehead. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have. I just wanted some company. These two tried to pick me apart. The card sharks almost smiled at that. that moment, Daniel suspected they were working together, taking the better of their two hands to play against Heather at any one time. He'd have to watch for the signs. Daniel blinked and considered that errant line of thought, as well as the chips spilled over to his part of the table. As well as the chips spilled over to his part of the table. Spilled over to his part of the table. The nominations were noticeably higher than he recalled seeing. And the flat black $1,000 chip that Heather sat atop the pile. Sat deliberately atop the pile. This is the kicker. You know, I'd really rather invest this, he said. Play or leave. You can't pick up the chips. You can't pick up the chips. Heather replied. My table, my rules. I mean, the casino's table. Table. But I'm the whale. Want to beach. To land. Daniel said as he sat down. They want to land the whales, not beach them. On the beach, they just rot. Die and rot. What's the ante? The white checkered chips. $10,000. Heather said, and tossed one into the center. The card sharks did the same. $10,000. Price of the car I wrecked. Half the price. Drag racing. ended me. Wasn't my fault. Everyone says that. No, she doesn't say that. So when we're, wasn't my fault. It happens. But you're all right. You are right, aren't you? 14 out of 15 across the board. She smiled then. The coma scale. The scoma scale. Glasgow cock. Yeah, that's it. I remember hearing about that. Invested in some blood clot busting treatments. Something about resonance, sonic resonance. For non-deep clots. She said, as the dealer slid her the cards. Five cards. Or are we going to do Texas Hold'em? We're going to do Texas Hold'em. Texas Hold'em, 2 cards. 2 cards to a player. 5 in the Texas Hold'em. Texas Hold'em. Classic. A classic way. A flashy, showy. It's a flashy game. Flashy game. And one unsuited. And one not entirely suited to, what is it called? Combination play, which is, Freck. Not entirely suited to, the Card Sharks venue. Cooperative venue. Texas Hold'em. He asked the dealer and got, yes sir. The dealer replied, nothing fancy. Lady's request. They stifled with a laugh. I had to push them on this. They wanted straight poker. They wanted straight poker. Five card. Totally vanilla. Some reason that didn't sit. So they sold them. So here we are, having a little fun. With almost 1 million in chips in front of her. It was, what does Daniel prize? He prizes efficiency. It was inefficient. The card sharks couldn't bust her. Given the ante, they might well be here all night. You have your work cut out for you. Showed in his that really showed. I'm just here, and then the lady card shark winced at that. Winced at that. A professional motion. The why of it escaped him. But he resolved to remember it. Poker wasn't entirely about the cards. It was about the people playing them. How you played good hand could matter more than holding a good. Bluffs, forces, retreats. Bluffs were common, either of strength or weakness. Either of strength or weakness. Either of strength or weakness. Okay.
They happen all the time. And becoming inured, becoming accustomed to players' tells. Those little facial or features or gestures that tip to their mood could be could make you lose a lot when they played on those same little details to suggest opposite way later. But the Lady Card Shark. But the Lady Card Shark seemed real. Either she was worried about losing out on about not having time, or that about not having enough time to break Heather's Lord Card Shark, on the other hand, showed no emotion at all in itself. Be a tell. Maybe. Daniel had just sat down after all. He tossed a $1,000 ship into the pot. All right, I'm in. Let's have fun. Okay. There we go. That's going to have to do for now. I'm not where this is going. He is indeed something of a lucky charm to her, because she's going to learn how to play poker, or at least reflect off of him. He's going to win some. He's going to lose some. She wants to play long enough that the casino will keep her around. That they'll consider that she still has a chance to lose it all. So there's that. His skill is what's going to make the difference, and that's why he'll come away from the table with a little more than he had reckoned, and she'll come away with a little less than she had started, but all to the good, because she's playing the long game, and we're going to see where she makes her money soon, because she and him are going to have a conversation over dinner. Okay, call it the triumphant. I missed an H in there, didn't I? Yep. They come out okay, go to have comped dinner. She does not invite him up to her room. Or does she? Just for a little bit. She's feeling a little frisky. But hey, she's got morals. She's feeling a little frisky and tipsy. But hey, she's got morals. All right, so, and that's where the setting got her to drink just rum and coke. Lie down the rum. Or so she thought. Okay, those details I'll have to put in later. But that's the way you work at it. First drafts, you're just trying to get everything down, and then you fix it on the second. I have said that, no doubt, many times. But I hope you've enjoyed this little romp through creative territory as we deal with, it was what, a page? A little more. Almost 2 pages. And there we go. That's for 40 minutes work, 2 pages on a single first draft. But I hope you've enjoyed this. Stay safe and take care out there, all right? Thanks.